Luke chapter 4, verse 4, King James Bible. And Jesus answered him, saying, It is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of God. If you look at some of these newer versions, in particular the ones above, whether it be the Berean Bible, the English Standard Version, or the New Living Translation, or the New International Version, if you see what they take out, for most part they have the first part, but they take out by every word of God. And, part of doing this series, again, maybe someone's listening to this that, reads the New English Standard Version or something like that, one of the newer Bibles. And, my hope is that I'm doing these videos for you to see that, these new versions, take out stuff. And in this case, you go the New American Standard Version. Um, they and while the New King James has by every word of God, I have videos again. New King James Bible does take out things like hell in some of the verses. The New King James Version and these newer versions take out hell. But for this video, for most of the newer versions, um, they take out this very important part, and everything's important because that's what it says. But by every word of God. So if you didn't have, say you weren't reading the King James Bible and you were reading the New King James Bible, and I mean, if you're reading the New American Standard Bible or something, and you go to like online, a lot of people check the Bible on their phones. You just read it as, and Jesus answered him, and it is written, man shall not live on bread alone. But what's missing there? I mean, so even if you're reading that, a person wouldn't know maybe what he's even talking about without the last part, right? Because they think, well, I'm not supposed to maybe live on food alone, and then well, what does that mean? Well, you have it in the King James Bible, but by every word of God. So he just Jesus doesn't want you to just live on food, like food for your stomach, but he wants you to live by every word of God. So that's spiritual food. Jesus is the bread of life, and the Word of God is bread for your soul and helps you to nourish you spiritually in how you should live. And the Bible, again, is the Word of God. So Jesus wants you to be reading the Bible and obeying the Bible as best as you can and following God. Not to say that, we don't slip from time to time, but the thing is, Jesus had no sin, and we look to him in faith, and he helps us out, and we take it to the Lord in prayer. So through that prayer and reading the Bible for guidance. So he wants you to do that, and these newer versions take that out. And again, I just pray people see it, and it's really easy to make excuses sometimes, like but I don't know what other reason for it not to be in there than someone to purposely take it out. And again, if you say, well, they're different manuscripts, it doesn't make sense for it not to have it, because otherwise, again, you're just reading it like man shall not live by bread alone, and then people might be thinking, okay, maybe I'm not sure what that means. But then the other one, the King James Bible has it, but by every word of God. So then you know what it's talking about there, like, and I just explained it. But if you didn't have that, then it'd be kind of hard to know what Jesus is talking about. And if, like I say, it's all important, but it's a very important statement there. That's it's very important, and just to take that part out, it does change the meaning, and it removes it. So again, maybe you never realized this, but I thought this was an important one. So I thought I covered it before, but maybe I did. But I guess it gets a separate video, maybe again or for the first time. So Luke 4:4, the new versions take out. They take out, but by every word of God. So you've been warned, and again, if you haven't read the Bible, start getting into the Bible and read it in faith and read it daily. So that's the video, and thanks for watching.